Imagine getting a call from your ex after decades of radio silence. Hilarious, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to me. Out of the blue, my phone rings, and it's Shannon, my ex, who I haven't heard from in years. I couldn't believe my ears. Let me take you back to 1987. It was a different time, a different world. Big hair, neon colours, and shoulder pads were all the rage. Shannon and I were young and in love. Or so I thought. We had a beautiful baby girl, and life seemed perfect, at least on the surface. But things took a turn for the worse. My ex, Shannon, and I split up, leaving me with our infant daughter and a promise of $50 a month in child support. It was a tough time, but I was determined to make it work for my daughter. Spoiler alert, he never paid, not into thin air. I spent countless hours on the phone with lawyers and child support services, trying to get what was rightfully owed to my daughter. But it was all in vain. Shannon was determined to avoid his responsibilities at all costs. Then, in 1993, he ghosted harder than a bad Tinder date. He changed his number, moved to a different city, and completely cut off all contact. It was like he disappeared off the face of the earth. No cards, no calls, nada. It was radio silence for years. I had to accept that he was never going to be a part of our lives. It was heartbreaking, but I had to move on for the sake of my daughter. Honestly, it was for the best. We built a life without him. My daughter and I became a team, and we thrived despite the challenges. We didn't need him to be happy. By 2004, my daughter turned 18, and suddenly I start seeing $64 weekly deposits. Shocked? You bet. After all those years, money started trickling in. It was like a small miracle. I couldn't believe it. Then Shannon calls, whining, "Isn't she 18 now? Make them stop!" He was furious that he had to pay after all these years. I couldn't help but laugh at the irony of it all. I couldn't help but laugh. The tables had turned, and now he was the one feeling the pinch. It was poetic justice. The guy quit his job to dodge payments. Can you believe that? He thought he could outsmart the system by quitting his job. But life has a funny way of catching up with you. Years pass, and in 2021, guess who calls? Shannon. He sounded desperate, almost pleading. He needed me to forgive over $65,000 in back support. It was a staggering amount, and he was in a tight spot. He needs me to forgive over $65,000 in back support. Claims he'll pay me $300 a month directly. Yeah, right. After all these years of dodging responsibility, he expected me to believe him now? Claims he'll pay me $300 a month directly. Yeah, right. I wasn't born yesterday. I knew better than to trust his empty promises. Turns out, the Attorney General of Texas slapped a lien on him, and his wife divorced him to avoid the hassle. Karma's a beast, huh? It was like the universe was finally giving him what he deserved. Now, every time he calls, asking for forgiveness, I can't help but laugh. It's like a running joke in my life now. He keeps trying, and I keep saying no. So, am I the asshole for finding humor in this? You tell me. After everything I've been through, I think I've earned the right to a little schadenfreude. What do you think?